This is how I get all of my Spotify promotion for a new track done in less than 10 minutes. Hey, it's John here. If you're new to my channel, I'm the founder of one of the largest music promotion platforms in the world called Hyped It. I'm an independent music artist with over 12 million streams on Spotify. But what's most important, I've helped over 10,000 artists and bands grow their music to over 100 million streams together on Spotify. I have a new release out on Spotify. I didn't do any promotion for it yet, so today is the day I gotta set up all the promotion for this new release. And because I don't have a lot of time, my goal is to do this all in less than 10 minutes, click by click. So let's get to it and hop over to my screen. I'm gonna start out in Spotify. This is my profile page here, and this is the new release. It's called Release Yourself, and this is the song that I wanna promote today. So there are a couple of steps I'm gonna walk through, click by click, and so you can follow along and launch a campaign just as quickly and as easily as I'm going to do it here. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take the song Release Yourself and I'm adding it to my This Is John Gold playlist. So I'm just going to drag it over to the playlist, and then once I'm on the playlist, I want to make sure I bring it further up. So let me move it up. And I'm going to share in a second why I'm doing this. Actually, I'm going to put this into, oh, this goes fast. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it into a fourth position because these top three tracks here, they're performing really well for me right now. So I don't want to disturb those. I want to put it in fourth place. Now, why am I doing this? So I use a playlist that has only my songs on it. Not all of my songs, but a number of my songs. You can see here that I created this playlist. It wasn't Spotify who made it for me. I made it. And the purpose of using a playlist with my own songs is simply that if I send fans to this playlist and they like my music and they don't do anything, they don't skip or move to another song or release, they're going to hear another one of my songs and another one and another one. And they're also way more likely to follow this playlist and then come back in the future. And this is why I call this playlist my listener to streams multiplier, because it turns every listener into multiple streams. And so in this particular case here, I called it This Is John Gold, but I could have also called it John Gold Essentials or Best of John Gold. It doesn't really matter as long as fans understand, hey, this is all John's music. And then it makes sense for them that it's all my songs on it. But I don't just want to talk about what the benefits are of the playlist. I want to actually show you. So if I'm going to hop over into Spotify for Artists, and I'm going to go over to Music and then to Playlists. And if I scroll down here, we have the This Is John Gold playlist, and you can see over the last 28 days, that playlist got 3,221 listeners, but over 51,000 streams. So let me do the math real quick. So that's about 16 streams per listener. That is amazing. I mean, tell me any other place where you can promote your music on Spotify where a listener turns into 16 streams. And the reason why this is so powerful is because not only do these streams generate more revenue, but these streams also help with the popularity score of my music. And for me as an artist, and with a higher popularity score, Spotify gives me more algorithmic playlist support. So if I scroll up here, you know, I have a lot of radio going on, a lot of Discover Weekly going on, mixes here, that's relatively new, but all these things are happening because the popularity score supports Spotify and saying, all right, I'm going to put John's songs on all of these algorithmic playlists. So that's a really cool side effect of using the playlist strategy. But if I go back now, just because the song is on this playlist doesn't mean that it's going to get a lot of traffic. Sure, some fans who come to the playlist will now have a chance to discover Release Yourself, but I actually want to set up a campaign that sends fans directly to Release Yourself on this playlist. And I love to promote my music with Facebook and Instagram ads, one of the most amazing promotion tools I believe out there, because it allows me to attract diehard fans and get them over to my music on Spotify, and they're just there for my music. If you think about playlist promotion in general, where you're one song among hundreds of other songs on a playlist, fans are not there for specific artists. They are there for the playlist. And as an artist, you're really one among hundreds. So very difficult to stand out. But with Facebook and Instagram ads, fans come over just to check out your Spotify profile or your Spotify song or your Spotify playlist. So they are just for you. And that makes a world of a difference in terms of the engagement and the quality of fan that you're getting. And that's why a lot of these fans, they come back over and over and over again to check out my music. So even if I shut off my ads, I still have tens of thousands of listeners and streams rolling in, just because fans don't go away just because I turn off the ads. And with a lot of playlist promotion, that's exactly the problem that you have. If you get off the playlist, everything drops right back to zero. So that's one of the reasons why I love Facebook and Instagram ads so much. And another one is actually, quite frankly, what I'm showing you in this video here, that I can turn on and launch a campaign whenever I want. I don't have to get anybody's approval. I don't have to convince some playlist that my music is worth promoting or putting on a playlist. I just launch a campaign and I can do it whenever I want and for how long I want. All right, so let me show you how to set up the Facebook and Instagram ad campaign for this song. Now, I'm all about time efficiency, okay? Between my day job and family and friends and making music, I want to spend as little time on music promotion as I possibly can. And I want to make it as easy as possible, so I don't get lost in, crazy tech stuff and things like that. And this is why I will launch this campaign not within Facebook Ads Manager, but I'm actually going to use a third-party tool called Hyped in order to launch this campaign. So I'm going to come over to Hyped over here. I'm logged in and I'm looking at my dashboard. And on the dashboard, I clicked on the Ad Campaigns tab. And once I'm here, I have this green button where I can launch a new campaign. So I'm going to click here and I get, a bunch of options for Spotify. There's YouTube here, there's email, there's TikTok. But the one that I'm going to use here is the Grow My Spotify playlist campaign. The reason why I'm using this one is I want to promote that song on that playlist. So I'm going to grow both this song and the playlist at the same time. So just let me click on select here. And now this really couldn't be easier. There's just a number of steps here now that I have to follow, and then my campaign is ready to go. Step one is making sure my Facebook and Instagram accounts are connected. So I already have this set up from a prior campaign. So all I have to do here is go next. Now, Hyped is asking me for the URL of the Spotify playlist. And so I'm going to hop over into Spotify. That's the playlist. So I'm going to go to the three dots, share, copy link to playlist, and then I'm pasting this here into Hyped. Next up, enter the Spotify URL of a song on this playlist to promote. So I'm gonna come back here, Release Yourself is the song, and so I copy the song link and I'm gonna paste it here. All right, so Hyped now automatically populates the artist name, the title, it pulled in the cover art, and it's asking me for the genre. So this is deep house here. So I'm gonna select deep house. If you ever follow these steps click by click and you feel like your genre doesn't come up here, just pick the next best or bigger genre that you fall under, and that will work perfectly fine. In my case, I make really old school piano house music, but that's way too niche to show up in this drop down. But I would say that rolls up into deep house. And so I'm just gonna use deep house. The main purpose of this one here is for Hyped to know that where to put the track in terms of new releases and charts on the Hyped Top 100 website. So if the track qualifies for the charts, it's going to show up in the deep house charts. So that's also another way to think about it. In which charts do you think your music would fit in? And that's the genre that you want to select here. And once that's done, all I'm going to do is go next. All right, so now in this section, number 3 here, I'm going to create the ad itself. And the ad consists of a video that features snippets of the song. So as part of the video, the cover art is already here, and then I can add a video effect to make this pop a little bit more. One of the video effects that I really like is this disco strobes effect. If I hover over, you can see it in motion because that goes really well with my music, and obviously especially well with this cover art because the woman on the cover art is actually in a club, and so I think that's going to be amazing. And then all I have to do is upload the audio file. So I'm gonna grab the radio version of this song. I'm just going to pull it over here and upload it. Now what Hyped's doing, it's converting the audio file into a waveform, and it gives me this little cutting tool here. The purpose is that I can now select 3 audio snippets of the song to feature in 3 different ads. And the reason why this is a really cool way to promote my music is that I don't want to feature the entire song in the ad. If I feature the entire song, a fan can just watch the ad 2-3 times and be happy with it and move on. So I only want to tease them, the fans, on Instagram and Facebook and then let them listen to the full song only on Spotify. So it's kind of like a movie trailer to a Hollywood feature film, right? The movie trailer is only some of the best moments of the movie, so that you want to buy a ticket and go to the theater and watch the movie. And with music ads, it's kind of the same thing. You want to just tease the audience with some of the most amazing snippets of the song so that they then want to go over to Spotify and listen to the full song. So I'm going to go through this right now, and I'm going to pick 3 snippets of the song that I think are the best snippets. Because I'm recording this video on my screen, you won't be able to hear the audio, but once I've selected those, I'll be right back. Hey, John here, interrupting myself real quick to talk about getting real listeners, streams, and fans on Spotify fast. Look, if you've been grinding away at music promotion, but you aren't seeing the results, I've been there. Any promo method you can think of, I've tried it. Playlist promotion, social media, hire a promoter, I've done it. But nothing works like music ads on Instagram and Facebook that grow my fan base on Spotify 24/7, even when I sleep. And the fastest way to launch these ads is with the Spotify Growth Switch, a new system that uses AI to launch Spotify promo campaigns in seconds. It works for any genre, and it is so easy, just like flipping on a spotlight switch for your music. And here's the best part. Right now, it's 90% off. That means you can get $180 of value for just $17. And then watch your Spotify listeners and streams grow nonstop just for giving this a try. To check out the Spotify Growth Switch, simply click the link below in the description. And now back to the video. All right, that's done. I selected 3 audio snippets, and you can see that Hyped It is rendering those videos right now, and I'll be able to preview those a little bit later. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go next. This is where I select the countries in which I want those ads to run, so in which I want to reach fans for my music. The default selection here is tier 1 and tier 2 countries, and the campaigns that I've run, I've consistently gotten the best results with tier 1 and tier 2 countries, so I'm not going to mess with this. I'm just going to go straight through to the next steps. Now, this is where I get to the fan targeting step, the interest step. This is where I get to decide which music fans on Instagram and Facebook are going to see my ads. And Hyped It offers 2 ways to do this. One is a manual way where I can share sound-alike artists, and Hyped It will generate targeting interests for Instagram and Facebook based off of the sound-alike artists. And there's also a brand new way to do this, which is completely automated with AI. And the way it works is that it automatically finds audiences that loved similar music. So music similar to the song you release yourself that I'm about to promote. And this couldn't be easier, because all I have to do is literally just click on this button here, and now the AI goes out and it analyzes the song and it analyzes the data to come back with the recommended interest that I target. Here's what it came up with: Gorgon City, Coldplay, Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, Tech House and Deep House. So this is pretty interesting. And the reason why this is interesting, that not all of these interests are obvious interests. Take Coldplay, for example, right? Coldplay is not a house music band or artist, of course. And so it is not obvious that Coldplay would be the right interest here. But I get more information here about what's going on. So the best target interests are not always music related. Our AI analyzed your song and identified audiences that loved similar music. Amazing results often come from unexpected audiences. For example, artists on Hyped It have recently seen their streams jump by targeting interests like McDonald's, soccer teams, or artists in other genres. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to trust the data, I'm going to trust the process, and I'm going to go with the recommended interest. And what is helping me with this is also another experience that, literally I just had. Let me open up another tab here. Let me go back to the dashboard. So this is a song for which I just launched a campaign with AI interests, and it came up with interests that weren't even music related. It actually literally recommended risk management. I'm not kidding, risk management. So if I go into this one here, and I'm going to show you where this campaign stands right now, you can literally see that risk management, which is not a music related interest, is getting the highest engagement rate and the most clicks right out of the gate on this campaign, right? Does it make sense? Can I explain it? I can't explain it as a music related interest, but I know what this AI does. It's looking for interests that have been most successful on similar music. And so these are not random. There is actually a track record that some of these interests, as crazy and music unrelated as they may be, have outperformed others. And this is why the AI is able to develop these and recommend them for my campaign. And so risk management, whatever, but you can see it clearly performs. And so I'm going to just go with the recommended interests here. And what's interesting is that it's literally a bit of a relearning for me, because for years I've been running these ads and I've always been looking for the interests that are most obviously related to the songs and the sounds that maybe sounded like artists that I've been promoting. So I've been typically looking for bands that sound similar to me, or artists that sound similar to me, music festivals or clubs that feature specifically deep house or house music, or record labels that all they put out is like deep house music. So I've been looking for all these interests that are obviously related to my genre and my music. But I kid you not, I've had so many occasions now where the AI recommended something completely way out there and it outperformed. So I'm super excited. And this process, as you can see, was the easiest of all, because I didn't have to input anything. It was just all done automatically. All right, so let me go next and then set up the budget. Now, I launch all of my new campaigns at $5 a day. I do this because at the beginning of a campaign, what's most important is that it gets time to run. So I let all of my campaigns run for at least 30 days. So in order to make sure I'm not going above budget, I always start low at $5 a day, and I'm gonna just let it run for a month and let the data and let the learning happen. And then that's really at the end of the 30 days when I come back and truly evaluate the campaign. And then I decide whether this is one to maybe scale up or one maybe to turn off, depending on how other campaigns are doing. So low budget, but I always go into it knowing this is going to run for a month, all right? So then let me go next here. Advanced settings. I've gotten consistently the best results by not messing around with this. So I'm going to skip the advanced settings here. Just going to go straight over it. I'm at the confirmation step here. I can review all the settings that I made. I have to confirm that I'm ready to rock with this campaign. I'm going to save it as a draft. Oh, I forgot one step. So actually, let me come back here. I wanted to show you the video. So the video is now done. This is what it looks like here. So it took the disco lights effect and it put it on the cover art. So that looks pretty cool. And this is the preview for Facebook, for the Facebook feed. You know, if I wanted to see what that looks like in story ads, you know, that's going to look like this. I can also preview Instagram. So this is what it's going to look like in Instagram stories. And then I also have the Instagram feed here. So pretty cool. I get all the previews, all kinds of different placements. Hyped automatically made a video that's square for the feed, and it automatically made videos that are portrait format for the story and reel placements. So it's all ready to rock. So I'm just going to get back into it here. Update and confirm and publish now. So this is when Hyped It goes out and now takes all the information that I provided and that it created for me in order to put together the entire ad campaign, and it pushes it over to Instagram and Facebook and sets up the entire campaign. So there's literally nothing else I have to do other than maybe wait a minute or two for this process to complete. And that's it. Hyped It says, woohoo, your ad campaign is published. And now as soon as Facebook approves the ads, they're going to be live and they're going to be sending fans over from Instagram and Facebook to Spotify to turn into listeners, streams, and fans. So I love it. And one of the questions I want to talk about real quick here that oftentimes I get asked, John, you know, how do you promote your music? What do you do with a new release like this? And I literally just showed you, that's it. Launching one of these ad automation campaigns is literally all I do. I don't do playlist promotion because I don't just want to be one among hundreds on a playlist, not get real attention and engagement, or maybe not even real fans, but fake bot traffic. So I don't want any of this. That's why I stay away from playlist promotion. And social media could be a great way to go, but I just don't have the time. And to be honest, I also don't have the skills to look amazing, you know, dancing to a TikTok video, doing any of those things. That's just not for me. So I feel very much at home with these Instagram and Facebook campaigns. I get full control. Once the campaign is launched, it literally takes me no time. I can let them run for as long as I want. So I get constant growth, more listeners, more streams, more fans on Spotify. So it just checks a lot of boxes for me. And that's why what I just showed you in this video is literally click by click everything I do on release day to promote my music. With that said, I hope you liked this video. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and the bell buttons below so you can get more videos like this on YouTube. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.